Well, let's talk about this here multi-tiered justice system with this story from the Daily Mail. Karine Jean-Pierre snaps at the press for asking if the cocaine belonged to Hunter or the Biden family. Because what was the latest update? That it was actually near the Situation Room in like a family and like high security area. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre snapped at a reporter who had asked her to say once and for all that the cocaine found at the White House did not belong to a Biden family member. I love how it's like a Biden family member because everybody knows.
You're not allowed to say his name.
It's Hunter
You're not
Biden.
the mainstream, the media, and all the reporters. They're not allowed to say his name, basically.
You know, there's been some irresponsible reporting about the family, and so I've got to call that out here, the press secretary said, and I have been very clear. I was clear 2 days ago when talking about this over and over again, and as I was being asked the question. As you know, the media outlets reported this. The Biden family was not here. They were not here. They were at Camp David. They were not here Friday. They were not here Saturday. They were not here Sunday. They were not even here Monday. They came back here on Tuesday. It's remarkable because, like, Karine, they weren't there on Friday. Were they there on Thursday? Oh, and if they were, could Hunter have dropped his cocaine then? Well, okay.
Yeah. Well, I think them just not being transparent about it, or her not talking to Secret Service or anything like that to actually have some decent answers for the reporters.
I do love that we're at the point where no one believes them.
I know.
The reporters are just like, come on, like come on, you know, Hunter Biden's a crackhead. What do you expect us to believe? But in terms
it could
of
be Jill's, we have no clue. Right?
But let's just
be a
break,
Biden family member. I don't know
for sure, and maybe not. Maybe some senior official, someone connected. But let's just pause and break down. January 6th, bumbling guy walks through doors opened for him by police, takes selfie with cops, adheres to the velvet ropes as he walks around smiling. The police then say everyone's got to go, and they go, okay, and they wave and leave. 2 years in prison. Someone at a high level of government bringing illicit drugs into the White House. We can't figure this one out. Sorry, everybody. Have a nice day. How about this? Whoever planted the pipe bombs. Can't figure that one out either. Yeah, multi-tiered justice system.
This is a bit anecdotal, but I watched that video of Hunter on stage with Jill and Joe from the July 4th celebration where Hunter's looks all like tweaking pretty hard for like a couple seconds. And then he goes behind Jill, and I'm watching Joe's, maybe we can pull this video up. Watch Joe. He smiles real tense, and Jill looks so just mortified right when Hunter's behind her. Looks like he's snorting coke off his wrist or something, or out of a vial. And Joe, like when his arm goes up is when Joe goes like really awkward smile, and Jill gets real annoyed. Like, oh God, she can't stand that guy Hunter. It's just so obvious. I think she's said it plaintively in the past that I don't know, to be honest. I don't have the documentation here, but
do you guys remember that South Park episode?
Not good.
I think it was from the 2008 election with McCain and Obama.
Probably.
And it's like the whole purpose of running for president was a diamond heist to like raid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, boom, baby. It's like,
yes.
I think it would just be a really great short film where it's like the Biden family. I don't like, you make a show. It's people think it's like Veep, but Veep is silly. But the Biden family is more like degenerate. You know, like what's that one show about
House of Cards?
No, the family in Chicago. That are like
Shameless.
Shameless.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a bunch of degenerates and
yes,
that's like yeah. You call it Shameless.
I didn't see that
House.
one, but South Park's been doing a pretty good job, especially on the trans stuff. They did a pretty good job on.
Dude, they've been early on all of it too, man.
Right,
yes,
right. Competing with The Simpsons on some of this stuff.
Well, The Simpsons are woke.
I meant for the predicting of like the future.
Well, no, I just mean
situations.
Like the Simpsons predicting things ended 20 years ago.
Right.
You know, South Park still like
they've been like 5 years ahead of the curve.
Right.
It's crazy.
Are they predicting it, or are they giving it a green light?
I don't think they're giving it a green light.
Oof.
No, I think what happens with you know, if you watch a show like Black Mirror, not so much this latest season because it's more of a horror series at this point than a sci-fi series, but it's just a thought experiment. It's a hypothetical, like what happens if X continues. So when we're looking at government, like you just ask yourself a logical question. If Hunter Biden is a crackhead, I'm sure a lot of people could have easily predicted we'll eventually find drugs in the White House. Hey, it happened. Now we're supposed to believe it was not Hunter. He's the notorious famous drug user. So look, maybe it's only a 5% chance it was Hunter. He still has the dominant plurality of probability.
The narrative is already set either way. Like, it doesn't really matter if Hunter did have it or not, because it's not likely that there's going to be any kind of significant investigation. The people on the right have already made up their mind that it was Hunter. They're going to say it was Hunter and meme the hell out of it even if
Kind of
it
sucks that it wasn't
regardless.
him at this point because he's getting blamed for it anyway. So.
Right.
I mean, he's already. But look. There's video of him smoking crack on his
Right.
way to Las Vegas to bang hookers.
driving 100. No. Was it the same one where he was driving 172
I
miles an
think
hour?
he was.
I mean-
I heard the crack in the car was different than the driving 172. They're
But,
two
does,
different
but does it
instances.
matter? But the point that I'm making is it doesn't matter because he was going to Vegas to bang hookers. He definitely smokes a bunch of crack. He's definitely had coke. So like,
Yeah.
was
Wow.
it his? Was it not his? Who cares?
Well-
he definitely bangs hookers, smokes crack, and drives.
it'll probably end up in a
that's-
place
It doesn't
that's-
matter if it was
anyway.
his.
That is such a good point, though.
You know,
I
how many
think most of
people-
the American people probably just draw that conclusion anyways. It doesn't matter what the truth is at this point. They just say, okay, well, cocaine, yeah, Hunter
Oh, it
Biden.
wasn't Hunter's.
There you go.
He
Yeah.
still does all that stuff.
Right. It just draws attention to that.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing about Hunter Biden. Like, we are all people who try to be, to a certain degree, virtuous, and we're like, oh, how dare he drive at such a high rate of speed, smoking crack. But there are people who do nothing but party and club, and they're like, whoa, like, he's cool.
I
you
don't
know
want
what I mean?
people to think that I'm saying that I'm virtuous. I don't want. I don't want that kind of responsibility. I've been in a band for too long.
Look,
I have a history. No.
If you go to like the average person at a club on a Friday or Saturday night, and you're like, let me tell you a story about this guy who drives like 170 miles an hour while smoking crack and banging hookers, they're going to be like, damn. Like, who's this guy? Sounds like he can party. It's like the president's son. They're going to go, wow.
Is he really going 170? Was that
Well, I
confirmed?
think, I don't know. Like, I guess
I think it was in the
in the photo.
Does it matter if
Photo,
it's
yeah,
140?
Was he really going? He was going that fast?
Yeah.
I mean, but the point is, like 30 miles an hour. Does it really matter?
Yeah,
I think
wanna
No,
see
once
this.
you're up over 98, I mean,
know?
you're pretty much, well, if you're over 120,
I think
you're
one
out
of the most
control.
extreme differences is watching how the media reported on Trump's children and how intense. I mean, there was an article every single day about this. With Hunter, you don't really. I mean, you don't say his name.
Dude, the Hunter Biden laptop.
They're even saying a Biden family member. It's like, like who's it going to be? Jill?
Right.
You know, we know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But nobody's saying his name. Nobody talks about him.
Yeah, here's a photo. It's
Dr.
August
Booger
1st.
Sugar.
August 1st, 2018 purports to show Hunter Biden speeding to a Las Vegas orgy.
What?
172.
So is this video taken by him too?
I guess.
So I tell you what,
Otherwise,
NBC, you're right. Maybe it's not his cocaine in the White House.
Well, no.
All the other stuff.
But to be fair, for even this, like, it's a photo from his laptop. Most likely was him, but who knows? Maybe it was Devin Archer or somebody he
yeah.
worked with. Maybe it was Joe himself. Maybe, they shared phone numbers or emails or something like that.
And
didn't they?
look, there's a lot of highways out there heading to Vegas where there's nothing around and there's no speed limit. So technically, he might not be actually breaking the law because it goes by like, are you driving unsafely? No, he had crack. No, he's definitely breaking the law. I'll stop with that one.
In
Retraction.
Hunter's 2021 memoir, Beautiful Things, he admitted to crashing a Buick Verana while speeding through Palm Springs during another drug bender in October 2016. Wait,
Man, don't speed through Palm Springs.
in the book, Hunter wrote that he was high for 12 consecutive days before entering an Arizona rehab.
What the hell?
I mean,
12 days
you
of
know,
Christmas.
a part of me,
Let it snow.
obviously, it's unfortunate seeing people struggle with addiction and all that stuff, but also at the same time, you have the Biden family that basically, I mean, if anything, they can pull this off, I would say, worse than, let's say this was the case for Trump or something. I mean, they sell themselves as the adults are back in charge. They're all responsible, good. Everybody says how good of a parent he is,
Who, Hunter Biden?
Joe Biden. They sell him like this good guy.
Yeah.
That's just marketing.
And
Blue
this is-
collar Philly Joe, whatever.
Right.
Just one of the boys.
Joe Scranton.
Right. And this is just
Hairy legs.
it's not a good look.
I got compassion for the drug addict.
Right, that's
I often
for sure.
do. But at the same time, if my military commander has a drug problem, I want him taken out of power. I want somebody else in command. And if the military commander has a son with a drug problem and brings him around to the military command spot, which is the White House, that's a big problem for me.
or get some really, really high paying jobs as well in prestigious positions.
Or that drug addicted son is sending text messages saying, you better do it or else
Yeah.
I'm going to tell my dad who's going to hold it
Who's
against
sitting
you.
right next to me right now.
Exactly,
Like, what-
exactly.
That kind
These
of-
are
I just-
WhatsApp
can
messages.
we make a show? Like, can someone finance a Game of Thrones style show called The Bidens? Because it would be a great TV show.
I mean, you could probably get, if you didn't actually call it the Bidens, you might be able to get someone
Have you
to
seen
make
the
it.
That's true.
Fresh
Here's, all right,
Because
Because the
hold
West
on,
Wing was
guys.
a show,
I got an
House of
idea.
Cards.
Drama sells.
Show pitch. Okay, I'm talking like $2 million per episode budget. Where it was big deal. HBO. I hope you're listening. It's about a political family. They cheat in an election to win by having people go in late hours and swap out boxes and stuff like that. Then once they get in, They start doing shady business deals to enrich themselves. Think about it's Game of Thrones in the modern era. It writes itself.
And
there you
right.
go.
dragons.
Yeah, just throw dragons in
Okay.
there. I mean, might as well.
Well, hold on.
Now we're talking.
But not dragons.
Nuclear
but
submarines, I meant.
Chasing the dragon. He's talking about
Chasing
heroin.
the dragon.
Chasing
Right.
the
No, no, no.
dragon.
That's the name of the show, Chasing the Dragon.
Just literally
Dragons.
shot-for-shot remake Game of Thrones, but in a modern context, and the dragons would just be like warships and stuff.
Dragons
You know
are
what I mean?
just A10s, brr. instead of fire, it's brr.
Wow, Chasing the Dragons, and it's a war movie, kind of, but it's about a corrupt political establishment that's entangled in some crazy war, and drones that get hacked that end up getting turned around on the homeland or something. That'd be wild.
And then what you got to do is you got to have like the guy who becomes president is this like decrepit, degenerate, Alzheimer's, out of shape and disgusting. And then his rival who gets cheated has to be this like tall, chiseled, and muscular blonde man who sells real estate. And
That's right.
Buys ice cream
That's
for
right.
people.
buys ice cream
towns.
for people.
Every season they find a way to make the leader just collapse on the ground in some creative way as well.
Yes.
Just every season.
Like he's on one of those like floor
You don't
things
know
that
if he's
move,
going
and
to
he's
be
like,
in the next season, but he is.
I want to play the
cliffhanger.
the Hunter Biden character in that. I think I could pull it off. It'd be like Jared Leto in whatever movies he does, where he's like all strung out, or
Yeah.
Memento. I think that movie was pretty good.
Yeah, you'd make
Are you looking to do like method acting?
You'd make
Yeah.
a
blaze
really
a lot of crack.
Exactly. Now you're speaking
crackhead.
language.
You'd-
Yes.
So let's
Strung.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.